Hi guys, this week was the first week of December and I'm still finding this market quite difficult, even though towards the end of the week it did start to pick up a bit. So I'm hoping that next week things will be a bit more lively and my setups will be a bit more in play than usual than they have been in the last couple of months. So I had a nice first green day bounce trade, which was an after hours bounce, which is very unusual for the setup. So that was my first time trading first green day bounce after hours. So I'm going to go into that trade. And also my first time sizing up on a trade, a separate trade, which didn't work out. So that was kind of annoying. I was all geared up for it and then it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Tried to, but failed. So I'll show that trade as well. So yeah, let's go to the charts. So the ticker was KALA and I traded this for a first green day bounce. So when the stocks had a big run up on high volume, pulled back, looking to see where it can bounce from, if it can bounce. So this is the intraday chart on the 1 minute time frame, and then this is its big day one here. And then it's in this retracement over a couple of days and can see it's kind of bouncing about as well within that. So I am looking at this for a bounce because there's a nice volume drop off from day one and a nice retracement as well. And then what's also key is on here, 5 minute time frame, can see it's in this downtrend. So it's got a touch point there, touch point there, a touch point there. And it's also approaching this $1 area, which it does dip below. So actually goes down to sort of 94, 93, maybe 92 area. Can't see because I'm blocking it. But yeah, so I'm looking at this for a break of trend and the dollar area, which is key. So this was actually an after hours trade, which is very unusual for a first green day bounce setup. These would normally be pre-market or on market open. And I rarely trade after hours because my setups don't normally happen then, and I'm not really comfortable trading after hours either. So I did check the market after hours because there was a lot of sector momentum going on, and I was trying to look at it from that angle, a lot of robotics companies moving, and I flicked onto this just to see what it was doing and could see that it's actually broken out of that trend and broken past the dollar. So if I just go on to the 1 minute time frame now, yeah, and I could also see on that day volume was coming in as well, which was key. So I'd seen it around here and it's chopped around a bit here, testing that dollar area, pushed above it, had a nice little pullback, which allows entry and for me to risk off just under $1. And I got in at 105. Yeah, risking just under $1, which is slightly larger risk than I'd like, but completely fine. And then it went on to have a lovely bounce, which is very cool to see because I don't see this happen after hours very often, which is why, again, I didn't put full size on it because it's an after hours trade. I don't do them very often. And yeah, I had to be a bit cautious. I sort of doubted whether the setup could work in this time period. So I sold at, my best sell was 139, then it went to 140. So kind of pleased with that little sale. And my average gain, my total gain overall was 22%. And yeah, really nice trade. It actually came back down pre-market, back to that dollar area, and actually ripped even further the next day. But I was all out of it here. So really pleased with that trade. And yeah, happy with that. So that was that. And then there was also the trade that I sized up for, which was actually very similar in terms of price range, in terms of volume, in terms of setup. First green day bounce and nice this was even nicer actually with the touch points. Had 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points on the downward trend and a nice basing action. And I put what did I put on this one? About $260, which is the largest I've ever put on a trade at the moment, which I know is not large, but I'm still learning. I'm still on small size. So for me, that was sizing up. And I got in a really nice price somewhere down here, like 0.8180, something like that. And then I'm just risking off the low here. And then can see it had a really nice spike. I was expecting this to at least test $1, considering that the day before it was practically $1. And also I was expecting it to go to 110 as my final PT, or even further, but 110 I probably would have sold all out there. So it only went as high as about 94 cents. And it did this double top, which was probably a very good indication that this was going to fail. It's tried it twice, it couldn't do it. I just held out, I stuck to my risk, and then, you know, you can see I should be on the 1 minute time frame here. It just cracked, and I cut somewhere down here and literally made like, I don't know, more than 0.5%. Really pathetic, when I was probably on about sort of 14% here, something like that. But I was sticking to my plan and my profit targets. So I was really excited for this trade, because I thought, you know what, this is going to be my first trade sizing up, and I'm going to cash in on this one. And then it didn't work, so I was really gutted about that. But, you know, it was a good thesis, and in my opinion anyway, and it did try to do what I thought it was going to do, but it couldn't. I'm still thinking, because it's broken trend, it could go on to have a bounce next week, but I'm not sure I would be interested in it now that it's tried. But I'll still have eyes on it just to have a look, see what it's doing. So that was FTEL, first green day bounce. Kind of was its first green day bounce, but pretty weak bounce. So yeah, they're the 2 trades of the week. So still feeling a bit burnt out from the market at the moment. The last few months have been tough on the market, which I think is reflected in my trades as well. So I'm hoping if the market picks up, my trading will become more profitable. And also this week there was a lot of sector momentum going on, and some people making a lot of money from it. And I don't quite know how to trade sector momentum on the sort of day one kind of moves. So I'm kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed, a little bit of FOMO, like, oh, I need to learn this. So yeah, I just need to do a bit of studying, I think, as well. And coming up towards the end of the year, I will do end of year review towards the end of December, just to recap the year so far. So cheers for watching. Catch you next Sunday.